In the high-stakes arena of true crime documentaries, Netflix has thrown down the gauntlet against hip-hop titan Sean Diddy Combs, robustly refuting his camp's blistering claims that their upcoming series Sean Combs: The Reckoning is a shameful hit piece, riddled with unauthorized footage. As Combs awaits trial on federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, stemming from a September 2024 indictment, the docuseries arrives as a powder keg, promising an unflinching chronicle of his rise, excess, and downfall. Netflix's statement, a masterstroke of corporate candor, dismantles the allegations point by point, affirming the project's journalistic integrity while exposing the frayed edges of celebrity accountability in the #MeToo era. The controversy erupted shortly after Netflix greenlit the four-part series in early 2025, executive produced by Curtis "50 Cent" Jackson, Combs' longtime rival whose own docuseries Diddy. The Making of a Monster preceded it on Hulu. Combs' team fired first, decrying the film as retribution, laced with stolen footage that was never authorized for release. They accused the streamer of spinning decades of personal archives, videos Combs had amassed since age 19 to tell his own story in his own way, out of context to fuel a narrative of villainy. This trove, they claimed, was illicitly obtained, transforming private reflections into public prosecution. The rhetoric escalated, positioning Netflix as a co-conspirator in a smear campaign timed to exploit Combs' legal woes. Netflix's rebuttal, channeled through a rep to industry outlets, was surgical and unapologetic. The claims being made about Sean Combs, The Reckoning, are false, the statement began, cutting through the noise with declarative force. The project has no ties to any past conversations between Sean Combs and Netflix. This preempts any whiff of insider betrayal, clarifying that the series stems from independent production, not scrap deals. On the footage front, the company asserts legality. The footage of Combs leading up to his indictment and arrest were legally obtained. Sourcing remains opaque, likely a mix of public records, whistleblower leaks, and archival hauls, but the emphasis is on due diligence, not deception. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution, they continued, addressing the core grievance. Jackson's involvement, while provocative, is downplayed. Curtis Jackson is an executive producer but does not have creative control. No one was paid to participate. This neutrality claim underscores a commitment to raw testimony over sensational scripting. Director Alexandria Stapleton, a documentarian with a track record in exposing power abuses, The Vow on Nexium, lent her voice to the fray, passionately debunking the stolen narrative. "We moved heaven and earth to keep the filmmaker's identity confidential," she revealed, alluding to the covert sourcing that safeguarded contributors amid Combs' influence. One thing about Sean Combs is that he's always filming himself, and it's been an obsession throughout the decades. This portrait of Combs as compulsive chronicler, capturing bad boy empire highs, party excesses, and intimate moments, paints the archives as self-sabotage, not victimhood. Stapleton's team extended olive branches. "We also reached out to Sean Combs' legal team for an interview and comment multiple times, but did not hear back." The silence in this framing becomes complicity, allowing the series to proceed without rebuttal. Combs' rep, undeterred, doubled down in a follow-up. The mogul's amassing footage since he was 19 was meant for autobiography, not autopsy. Netflix was spinning his words out of context. They alleged, evoking a man whose life, from Harlem hustler to $1 billion empire builder, deserves nuance over notoriety. Yet this plea rings hollow against the backdrop of over 50 civil suits accusing Combs of abuse, coercion, and freak-offs, corroborated by raids on his Miami and LA compounds yielding narcotics and weaponry. The Reckoning promises to weave these threads. Archival gold with survivor stories, Jackson's shadow production adding hip-hop beef flavor without dictating direction. This standoff illuminates documentary ethics in the streaming wars. Netflix, post-Tiger King and Jeffrey Epstein, filthy rich, thrives on controversy, but The Reckoning tests boundaries, balancing access journalism with potential prejudice. Combs' criticism taps into artist fears of media as prosecutor, especially for black icons long targeted by systemic scrutiny. Jackson's exec role, born of their 1990s rivalry, injects schadenfreude, yet Netflix insists editorial firewalls hold. Stapleton's ethos, protecting sources while pursuing truth, mirrors the series' title, a reckoning not just for Combs but for enablers in music and beyond. As premiere looms in summer 2025, the docuseries could redefine Combs' legacy, from party king to pariah, or spark reform in hip-hop's power structures. Netflix's slam isn't mere defense, it's a declaration. In the court of public opinion, facts trump footage fights. Combs, once untouchable, now reckons with a mirror he helped forge. Whether vindication or vilification, the reckoning ensures his story echoes, context be damned.